How you doing? I'm Lee Breen with Corghi USA, and we're going to take a look at the EyeLight Plus Diagnostics Balancer. First thing we're going to do is show you the mounting with the Wii nut. There's a button that will remove it electronically from the shaft. I can push the button and it'll center it and lock it up. I can do a little check spin to make sure it's running true. We come over here to our screen. First thing you want to know when you're balancing a tire is to make this red. You make it red and it's going to acquire the dimensions of the wheel and tire. We have 3 spins and 3 different types of balances we can do. We can do just your regular basic radial run out. We can also do the radial run out of the tire and the difference with the rim. So a radial and rim run out. Or we can do a full diagnostic spin, which I'm going to show you. As also, you can see on this screen, we have the various weight positions. You can change these on the fly. You can change them before or after you balance. If you change it after, it'll recalculate the amount and tell you exactly where to put that weight at. Otherwise, it will automatically choose where your weights are to go. So again, I've made it red so it'll acquire my dimensions, and I go ahead and I shut the hood. Once I shut the hood, if you'll come in this way a little bit further, we're going to show you that we're doing a rim inside and behind the spoke diagnostic. Now we're going to do a radial diagnostic of the tire, and we're doing a lateral run out diagnostic of the rim, and you can see the laser dot there. And now it changes to the inside to be able to see and measure the rim run out from the inside portion of the belt. Now here it's doing a 3-position scan of your tread depth, because that's important to know. The hood opens up. This whole process takes less than 45 seconds. And it's automatically stopped and locked on your first weight, which is 1 1/4. And you can see the laser that's there telling you where to put that weight inside the wheel. If you don't want to put it right there, if you'll zoom in on that dot right there, just look straight in there at that dot. I can hold this button here to the left and push that, and now I can spin the wheel and move that weight either away from a ridge line. I can put that weight where I want, and then once I do that, it'll automatically reposition and it'll recalculate the weight depending on how far you actually move it away. So I would get my 1 1/4 and I put it on there. That's a laser dot. That's not a laser line. So theoretically you can put it anywhere on the line, but if it's a dot, that's a crosshair. That means you got to center it exactly there. So we're more precise on our weight placement. When it comes to doing the left side, if I want to do the left side, just touch that weight. Go ahead and get your 1/2 ounce weight ready. By the time you get it ready, it's going to lock, turn on the light, and it's going to put a laser dot showing exactly where to put that weight there on the inside of the rim. So again, if I wanted to change the weight and go to a clip-on, it'll automatically calculate the difference, and now it'll tell me to put that wheel and put it on at 12 o'clock, the 1/4 ounce. So I can change that on the fly, or again, if I stick with my tape weights, I can touch that and it'll automatically move it to that weight position for me. If you're doing tape weights in the inside of the spoke on ounces, but you're doing a clip-on weight on the outside with grams, just touch the ounces and it'll automatically become grams. So anything you want to do on this machine, you just touch. If I wanted to split the weights behind spokes, it's automatic. I would just touch that button and it'll automatically count the spokes. It will automatically split the weights, and it will give me 2 references to put on the right side. As you can see right here, we'll have 2 dots. And so you have the 2 weights. But in this particular situation, it increases the weight. Well, actually it's the same, but it can increase the weight if you do split that. So I can also turn that off and say I don't want to do that, and it'll take me back to my 1 1/4 ounces. We have some information right here on the top. Run out or radio force variation, RFV, which is run out detected. It's yellow. I can take a look at this, and it starts giving me a look at my diagnostics that we're going to take a look at in just a moment. But what it's saying here is matching is not necessary to balance this tire. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to escape out of here. I can also take a quick look at my tread depth, where I see the averages of the tread is here. They take it in 3 different reference points. And I can see my tire conicity and my side slip. You'll see that line is green, and this number is green, showing that there's going to be no pull on this car once we balance the 4 tires based on this first tire that we've done so far here. So in order to take a closer look at the diagnostics, we go into the menu, we look at our magnifying glass, and here you have the radial variation with the wheel and the tire assembly. That's what it shows. Here you have your lateral variation, which is 0. Both numbers are green, they're not red, so you know that those numbers are good. Over here is your peak-to-peak values. This is for manufacturing and doesn't pertain to the individual shops. But if you were to take all the hills and valleys and slope them together in one spot, then you would see the total peak-to-peak variance. Now, if this number was red with the wheel and the tire, I don't know if it's the tire or the rim. So I go to my next arrow, and here I see my wheel, and here I see my tire. So if my wheel is green and the tire is red, you know you have a bad tire. You can also balance that tire. If this number was green and the wheel is red, then you know you have a bent rim, and you can't do anything about that. So I go to my next screen if I want to take a little bit closer look, and there's my tread depth and my tire conicity we saw earlier on the quick view. Now I have a graph, and the graph shows you the first screen that we had, the wheel and the tire, and the lateral run out of the rim, and it's live. If I want to look closer at that rim and tire and I want to separate the two, now I have my tire and now I have my rim, and I can go and see what the problems are, like this spike right here. And as you can see right here, there's a wheel weight. And so you have this extreme variance here. Go to my next screen and it takes me back to the original position. If you even wanted to go one step further, we can take a look at the 3D imaging of this tire. I can turn the tire around